इतनी बड़ी अपॉर्चुनिटी लगती है 2-2 करने की, लेकिन उसके लिए बहुत कुछ सुधारना पड़ेगा या अंडर कंट्रोल है सब
कुछ अंडर कंट्रोल है। अगर किसी ने 40 या 45 दिन पहले ये बोला होता कि हम इस सिचुएशन में होंगे कि हम यहाँ पर सिडनी में आके ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं इस सीरीज़ को, तो इट्स अ गुड पोजीशन टू बी इन। और आई डोंट थिंक सो कि कुछ भी अंडर कंट्रोल नहीं है।
नहीं, बैटिंग बॉलिंग के बारे में
देखिए आप जब ऐसे टॉस पे आते हैं तो ऐसा नहीं है कि बैटिंग ने अच्छा नहीं किया या बॉलिंग ने अच्छा नहीं किया। अगर बैटिंग ने और बॉलिंग ने अच्छा नहीं किया होता तो हम 2-1 नहीं होते, एक टेस्ट मैच नहीं जीते होते या 2-1 डाउन नहीं होते हम, और वर्स्ट सिचुएशन में हो सकते थे। तो जैसे मैंने बोला कि आई डोंट थिंक सो कि इतना कुछ वरीसम है।
कोच, ऑफ कोर्स पर्थ के जीत के बाद जिस हिसाब से टीम जो परफॉर्मेंस रहा है, क्या कन्वर्सेशंस रही है स्पेशली द यंगर लॉट और सीनियर लॉट्स जो है टीम में, कि आपकी डिस्कशन, क्योंकि रिपीटेड पैटर्न ऑफ डिसमिसल्स हमने देखे कुछ प्लेयर्स के साथ यंग एंड सीनियर, तो आपने किस तरह से उसको एड्रेस करने की कोशिश की है विद द प्लेयर्स की वो रिपीट ना हो बार बार आगे?
देखिए पहली बात तो है कि सब इंडिविजुअल्स को पता है कि किस एरिया में काम करना है, और ऐसा नहीं है कि यहाँ पर मैं कोई इंडिविजुअल्स के बारे में बात करूँ, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली आप एज ए टीम जीतते हो और एज ए टीम ही हारते हैं। और जब आप अपने देश के लिए खेल रहे होते हैं तो हर व्यक्ति यही कोशिश करता है कि अपना मैक्सिमम कंट्रीब्यूट कर सके, तो वो इम्पॉर्टेंट। और ऐसा नहीं है कि जो डिबेट्स एक प्लेयर और कोच के बीच में होती है वो उनके ही बीच में रहनी चाहिए। आप सिर्फ रिज़ल्ट देखते हैं, और फॉर्चुनेटली या अनफॉर्चुनेटली ये स्पोर्ट सिर्फ रिज़ल्ट के लिए ही जाना जाता है, बट कॉन्वर्सेशन जो होती है वो दो इंडिविजुअल्स के बीच में और वो ड्रेसिंग रूम के बीच में वो वहीं तक रहनी चाहिए।
Yes, it's traditional for the captain to attend the pre-match press conference. Is everything okay with Rohit, and have you confirmed at 11 for tomorrow?
The thing is, everything is fine with Rohit, and I don't think so it's anything traditional. I think the head coach is there. That should be fine. That should be good enough. And we're going to have a look at the wicket and finalize it tomorrow. Sorry?
Rohit certainly play tomorrow. Is he definitely part of your 11?
As I just said, that we're going to have a look at the wicket and probably announce our playing 11 tomorrow.
So you can't.
The answer remains the same.
Yeah. Yes,
कुछ मैं ये जानना चाह रहा हूँ आपसे कि क्या कुछ कॉन्वर्सेशंस हैं, मतलब जैसा आपने कहा कि प्लेयर्स टू कोच इंडिविजुअल कॉन्वर्सेशंस होती है, बाहर नहीं आनी चाहिए, बट क्या दो सीनियर प्लेयर्स हैं, नेक्स्ट WTC साइकिल शुरू हो रही है, इसके बाद ये बायलैटरल का लास्ट मैच है, तो विराट और रोहित के साथ क्या कुछ आपकी कॉन्वर्सेशंस जो आप बता सके हमें, ऐसी कोई कॉन्वर्सेशन?
देखिए सिर्फ एक ही कॉन्वर्सेशन हुई है कि हम अगला टेस्ट मैच कैसे जीत सकते हैं, और इसके अलावा कोई भी कॉन्वर्सेशन नहीं हुई, क्योंकि हम सब जानते हैं कि ये वाला टेस्ट मैच कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है, और उसके अलावा कोई भी कॉन्वर्सेशन नहीं।
Coach, any injury concerns in the team ahead of tomorrow's game?
Yeah, Akashdeep is out because he's got a back issue.
Okay.
And that's the only injury concern.
And secondly, as a player, you have seen transition in the dressing room. When you were Delhi captain, you phased out seniors and got in a lot of young players as a captain. Now as a coach, when transition is upon you, how do you see it as a challenge? And how do you address it to maintain that fine balance of phasing out senior players and getting in young blood so that the team is ready for the next WTC cycle?
See, I'll tell you one thing. I think Indian cricket will always be in safe hands till the time we've got honest people sitting in that room. And honesty is the most important thing for any transition. And it is not about phasing out senior players or getting the youngsters in. Ultimately, the only thing that can keep you in that dressing room is the performance. And it starts from all of us. Not only from the players, from the coaches as well. And I said that Indian cricket, the kind of talent there is in Indian cricket, I think we will always be in safe hands. Yes, there'll be times when we might not get the results. There'll be times where we will have to be patient. And more importantly, I think, rather than only criticizing the young players, I think we've got to give them time to develop as well. They'll end up becoming world-class players as well. And that is what is important. And it is the role of not only the support staff, but you people as well. How you can probably not only criticize them, but try and help them out as well. Transition is not only for us. Transition happens for the entire country, and all of us are in it together.
You just spoke about transitions, Gautam. When you look at the makeup of this Indian team, like different generations of cricketers, so how different are the conversations you have, like you said, with the seniors and the middle group, like say the Rishabh Pant and Gills, and the next generation that's come through?
Yeah, it's exciting times in Indian cricket, because I've always felt that when the transition has happened in the past, there was one department who was carrying the team forward. But at the moment, if you see this transition, I think transition probably will happen in both the departments, and it has already started. You see some younger fast bowlers coming in. You've got younger batters who've been on their first tour to Australia and have done exceptionally well. Look at Yashasvi Jaiswal or Nitish Reddy or Washington Sundar. He's been on his second tour. So Akashdeep's bowled really well, Harshit. So I think that the conversation that has happened is only around how we can play well in this series.
Just wanted to ask about the balance between Test cricket, where you have, I suppose a consolidated team playing T20, and I suppose the individualism of cricket in these days. Like, how do you balance that between Test cricket and what happens in the Test?
That's why it's called Test cricket. I think we got to play the moments. We got to try and break it down to probably the smallest of things as well. Rather than thinking about what's going to happen over the period of 5 days, you got to try and break it down to every session, every hour, probably every over. Because we know when we come to places like Australia, I think every hour matters. And that is what the beauty of Test cricket is, because that's the only probably format where conditions changes after every day. Situations changes after every day. So we got to keep fighting. And that's why we love, every one of us love watching, playing, being part of the Test cricket.
Yeah, Gautam, 3 out of the 4 first innings of the Gambhir we've done collectively. What's the key to putting up a score batting first?
I know we got to fight it out, and that's probably one area where we've lacked in this series, and that's one of the reasons why probably we lack in this series as well. But again, I think we had a really decent first inning in Melbourne. Hopefully, we can take that confidence from there and try and get it to Sydney. We had a decent first inning in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how?
Yeah.
So how?
You both can go together.
Let's say there are a few attacking players in the team and few non-so attacking, and so there is a tendency to encourage to play the natural game, and then there's a playing the situation. How, as a coach, what would you want? I don't want to take names, but you know what I mean. Natural game versus playing situation. If you had a discussion, what is your take on it as a coach?
Look, there is only one tendency and there is only one discussion, that it's the team first. It's the team first ideology that matters. It's a team sport, and you got to play what the team needs you to do. That's as simple as it can get. People can play the natural game, but still, in a team sport, individuals only contribute. It's the team. If you need to play in a certain way, I think you got to do it.
Rohit had said about Rishabh Pant in the last press conference he came, and he said he himself has to understand what is required of him. That was the words he used. How do you see that?
See, I don't want to talk about, honestly, I don't want to talk about individuals. I think everyone knows that where they are. And as I just mentioned, that in a team sport, it's only the team. You have to expect players to do what team needs you to do. Whether they got to bat sessions, whether they got to be attacking, because that is all that matters in a team sport for me.
You're down 2-1 in the series, talking about honesty. You've got a game on the line tomorrow, a series on the line tomorrow. How confident are that you can win this game and retain the trophy?
Extremely, extremely confident. We know we've got the skill set, we've got the individuals, we've got everything in that dressing room that can win a test match here. Not only here, probably go on to do some unbelievable things in future as well. So extremely confident.
Coming off the record-breaking crowds in Melbourne, what are you hoping the fans will expect?
Hopefully the same amount of people here as well. And it's been really exciting, not only for this series, for Test cricket as well. We've spoken a lot about in the past about lack of crowds for Test cricket, but this series has been phenomenal. And it's always good to play in front of such big crowds. And the quality of cricket as well. And it's just the quality of cricket over the period of last 4 Test matches has shown that Test cricket is still alive, and it is probably the best format in sport.
Last few questions now. Yep. We heard you had a few stern words with the team after Melbourne. Can you give us an insight into what your main message was to the group following Melbourne?
I mean, those are just reports. That's not the truth. And I don't think so I need to answer to any reports, to be honest. And there are some honest words, that's all I can say. And honesty is very important. Honesty is extremely important if you want to probably go on and achieve some great things.
गौतम, मेलबर्न में पहले 2 दिन टीम इंडिया पिछड़ी थी, उसके बाद से जिस तरह से उन्होंने फाइट बैक किया, एक समय लास्ट डे ऐसा भी लग रहा था कि शायद हम जीत के लिए जाएं, ड्रॉ लग रहा था सर्टेन है, वहाँ से जिस तरह से हारे, उसको किस तरह एज ए कोच और टीम का मूड कि भाई सीरीज़ में ऐसा था कि हमने स्टार्ट अच्छा किया था और ये टेस्ट मैच भी अच्छा चल रहा था?
देखिए, अगर आप देखें 4.5 दिन हमने बहुत ख़राब किया नहीं मेलबर्न में, एक सेशन। ठीक है, आप बात कर सकते हैं कि हम 100 रन पीछे थे पहली इनिंग में, बट आप ये भी देखिए कि हम किस पोजीशन से 2 यंग लड़कों ने हमारे को कैसे वापसी कराई उस टेस्ट मैच में। उसके बाद हमने ऑस्ट्रेलिया को 91 for 6 किया सेकेंड इनिंग में। तो ऐसा नहीं है कि बहुत ज़्यादा डिफरेंस था मेलबर्न के टेस्ट मैच में। येस, जैसे मैंने बोला, स्पोर्ट में रिजल्ट्स मैटर। आप यहाँ पर द रियलिटी इज़ कि हम 2-1 नीचे, बट मेलबर्न में हम 2-1 ऊपर भी हो सकते थे। एक वो लास्ट सेशन, एंड दैट इज़ टेस्ट क्रिकेट, दैट इज़ T20 क्रिकेट में शायद आपको ऐसा देखने को नहीं मिलेगा। टेस्ट क्रिकेट में आपको ऐसी चीज़ें देखने को मिलेंगी, क्या पता यहाँ पर बिल्कुल ऑपोजिट हो जाए। जो चीज़ हमारे साथ मेलबर्न में हुई है, यहाँ पर सिडनी में ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ भी हो सकती है। दैट्स व्हाई वी नीड टू कीप फाइटिंग, एंड every over matters, every hour matters in टेस्ट क्रिकेट।
थैंक यू।
गुड।